What's up folks, Jang here from ultimaterc.com with another unboxing. This is a little bit of a surprise. This is the Associated ProLite 4x4. It is their new shaft-driven 4x4 short course truck that they came out with pretty quickly. They announced it and then they brought it to market. It seems like they already had most of it all pretty much ready to go by the time it was announced. It was already in production. I really was not expecting to have another RC to unbox and start testing and stuff this month, possibly not even this year as far as full-on vehicles are concerned. But this one showed up, and being from Associated and being a short course truck, you know, those things are pretty popular these days. So I decided, you know, I better get this thing. So here it is. And I'm going to take a look at it for the first time. See if I can get some testing done. Ooh, there's the preview. That's what it actually looks like. Well, there you go. There's your unboxing. There's the chassis, you know, body off and everything. All good. Thank you very much for watching. Talk to you again soon. Oh, am I supposed to be still talking? Crap, I thought the video was over. Oh well. Okay, what have we here? Let's see. Oh, the thing is brushless, okay. I can see that it has the clip style of preload clips. Looks like they're fairly small bore shocks. Possibly the same old bore that they used to use on their 10th scale two-wheel drives. Well, let's see what all is going on here. Gotta figure out how to get this thing out of the box. It's one of those ones with the cardboard insert in there that you gotta cut out. All right, ta-da. Ta-da with a question mark. What else is going on here? Got a big old zip tie. It's not designed to be taken off easily. Thank you very much. Thick thing too. All right. Radio time. What have we for a radio? I don't recognize this. I haven't really followed the ready to run stuff from Associated, but I definitely don't recognize this. This has a little bit of a different look to it, especially with the shark fin antenna, little stubby thing there. It does have a charging port. What do we have? On-off switch, throttle, ATV, high-low, so throttle endpoints. So this is designed for nitro vehicles. Looks like they're going to have a 3-channel version of this. This is not a 3-channel one, it's just a two-channel one. And these are your trims, and this is steering dual rate. Okay, so just a little different looking. Feels okay for an RTR, and it uses 6 batteries. Seeing more and more radios that use 6 AA's instead of 4 or 8. And I don't appreciate that because people who buy alkalines get them in sets of 4 or 8 because that's how they come. Man, these are some thick zip ties they used. There we go. All right, so there's the truck. And brother, that is one ugly truck. One ugly RC. I see what they're trying to go for with the digital camo thing, but it's all the wrong size. The shape of the body is funky. Has a little bit of a retro throwback thing going on with the boxiness and the squareness, but it kind of got lazy in the front. Maybe I'm just trying to give it too much credit, calling it retro or whatnot. Maybe it's just classic Thunder Tiger style. I don't know what style that is, but it's weird. I do not like the look of this thing. Of course, that's a personal thing, but what? No way. Interesting. Talk about that in a second. Okay. Suspension is pretty soft out of the box, but at least the shock oil or the dampening rate is pretty well matched to the spring rate. Might be a little bit under dampened if anything, but I think for a this is targeted at the basher market, supposedly. This is supposed to be a fun truck. They tried to make that very, very clear in their marketing materials that this is not supposed to be intended to replace the SC10 4x4, even though it probably should, hopefully, if it actually holds up. But let's see what's going on under the body. So I have not really done research on this thing to look at its features too closely. There are some things that I recognize about it already, but for the most part, this is as new to me as it is to you, if not more new to me than it is to you. This comes pretty much fully ready to run. It does come with a battery, and it comes with a 7-cell nickel metal hydride, a 8.4 volt, kind of taking the cue from Traxxas rather than going with a 6 volt. And yes, it is fine to run nickel metal hydride with a mild brushless system. I do it all the time. It is not a bad thing. It's a 3000 milliamp hour pack. It should be able to hold up to the power of this reedy brushless system. This is a 550, so it should be a 2-pole. They call it a 550. It's really like a 540 long, kind of, not too long though, but really wouldn't expect too much power out of this thing. Let's see, looks like we do have a water, or at least weather resistant receiver case. I don't know if that ESC is weather resistant at all. It doesn't say so on the outside, it looks like, so I wouldn't expect it. They do use Dean's connectors here. Of course, they've got a warning label on there, and as soon as I saw the first few letters of that, I said, come on, get this out of here. The thing that I was going about earlier was these tires. Now, I hate these tires in general. They're the same ones that came with the original SC10 two-wheel drive, and they also included them in the SC10 4x4 kit. At least that's what they look like. The wheels are definitely straight from the SC10 4x4. They use hexes, 12 millimeter hexes, a very positive offset. They're narrowed in, but feeling the rubber compound on here, this feels softer than the old stuff. It may just be that I've lost acclimation with it, but these definitely feel softer, and I have higher hopes for these than I did with the others. A lot of adjustability for a basher kit, and some hints that this may be transformed into something that's not just for bashing. You've got a few adjustments up here, a few adjustments down here. I do see that they are planning to use a what do you call it, sway bar set. Should be coming at some point. The angles on the steering links are really odd. I don't know exactly what's going on there. It's got one of these really weak servo savers, and it's not tightened on all the way. That's actually moving in and out. I'll have to tighten that up. But they do give you metal turnbuckles all the way around, so you can adjust your front toe and your camber, and you can also change your camber length, and they use vertical ball studs, so you can also adjust your roll centers. This has to become, look, they've even got adjustable Ackerman. I believe that's going to change. Is that going to change your Ackerman, or is that just going to change your steering rate? Depends upon exactly where it is. I think that may change your Ackerman. You have to actually look at the geometry very carefully to figure that out, whether that will happen or not. It's not just a matter of Ackerman is always adjusted from here. It can be adjusted from out here also. What else am I looking at? They do have the nice holes in the tops of the ball ends to allow you to get the ball cups off easily. Similar thing going on at the rear with the vertical ball studs and adjustable camber length. They've got a metal. Wow, this is so Thunder Tiger. This is very, 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 very Thunder Tiger right here. But they've got a metal brace at the rear of the rear bulkhead, and they've got a metal brace at the front of the front bulkhead. I wish they'd put a metal brace at the front of the rear bulkhead also, because that's another one that's liable to get damaged, but it is a removable plate, and I'm sure that they will have parts available to eventually allow you to change your kick up or your anti-squat, possibly your anti-dive. Yeah, surely your anti-dive also, because yeah, I can see that right already. You can oh wait, does it have anti-dive? No, it's kick up, but you can take out some of that kick up because these little inserts right here can be reversed. You can reverse just one of them, or you can reverse both of them to take a lot of the kick up out from the front to move it towards, rather than being pro-dive, to being closer to neutral. So yeah, definitely some racy thinking going on with this design here. Shaft driven, hopefully I mentioned that at the beginning. It's kind of the crucial thing here, the main thing. Comes with a slipper clutch. There's a slipper clutch back there, and it looks like they're still using 32 pitch gearing. Slipper clutch access is going to be a little bit tough, but it kind of comes in from the side. You've got plenty of adjustability here for moving your battery forward and back. Hopefully that baggie, where is that baggie? I think I lost it already. The stuff that came with, nope. See, I'm looking for another piece of foam. I want there to be another piece of foam so that when I put in a 2-cell lipo, I'll have a spacer, because a 2-cell lipo is the length of a 6-cell nickel metal hydride, so there's going to be space when I put in a lipo, so I'll need to fill that up with my own piece of foam. But the ability to change your weight balance for front to rear is a really important thing. It's a really good thing. Let's see, what else do we have going on here that's interesting? Looking around, just checking it out for the first time. The dog bones, it's got dog bones at the rear, and at the fronts are CVAs, or CVA style, with a joint in there. Okay, well, all in all, it's looking okay so far. This does have an all plastic chassis, and they've again gone with the multiple piece setup. I'm going to go out on a limb and guess that they will release a aluminum chassis for this. It'll just replace this one center piece. Another thing that they could do here is go ahead and release a smaller, shorter chassis and call it a 4x4 stadium truck or 10th scale truggy. That would be pretty easy to do with the same arms, or they could go with narrower arms also, and a shorter chassis, and release this as a 4x4 buggy like they've been wanting to do since the introduction of the SC10, or the first design work on the SC10 4x4. They wanted to use one platform for all of those, but maybe that'll actually happen now. I don't know. This is just a really interesting thing, the way that it came up, kind of out of nowhere. I'm looking at the A-arms, and I'm curious, and I think the answer is no. I was looking to see if they're actually using the same A-arms front and rear, and it doesn't look like they are, but and they're not symmetrical left to right either. Okay, well, that's pretty much it for an unboxing video. I'm very curious to see how this thing runs right out of the box. I'm hopeful that these tires are actually going to work better than the SC10 4x4 ones, like I mentioned. And the body, which I threw clear across the room, I just liked it that much. It goes back on, and I have to take some studio shots of this thing. Is there a big enough hole? Yes! Okay, one good thing about this body, I will say for it, is that it's tough. It's pretty thick. You usually don't get short course bodies that are this thick, but this is some pretty thick material for sure. It's about as thick as the ProLite original Flowtech body was, which is one of the thicker bodies on the market for short course trucks, period. So that's a good thing. Hopefully this will last, and hopefully it's actually made of Lexan and not PET or PVC. It's hard to tell. I don't know for certain just yet, but there you go. That is the ProLite 4x4 from Team Associated. It is a entirely new vehicle, new platform, for Associated. It is shaft driven, 4-wheel drive, ready to run, brushless, comes with a battery, does not come with a charger. Forgot to mention that. Comes with an extremely ugly body, in my personal opinion. And I'll be driving this thing as soon as I can. This is a rainy season right now. As a matter of fact, as I speak, it is coming down pretty hard outside. So it's going to be a little bit tough to find some dry land on which to drive. But fortunately, I do have one place that I can drive it year-round, the indoor track at NorCal Hobbies. So I'll be headed there pretty soon. Thank you very much for watching. I hope that was interesting to you. Hope you got something out of that. And I'll be talking to you again soon.